Children's Museum is venturing into the final frontier. 3 new experiences revolving around space. Indiana astronaut David Wolf is certainly an expert in that category. He worked with NASA, knows the space station program very well. He lived on the Mir space station, flew on several shuttle missions, and has done 6 different spacewalks. He joins us live today from the Children's Museum. Dr. Wolf, thanks for joining us today.
My honor. Pleasure to be here.
Dr. Wolf, tell us about some of these new exhibits under construction there at the Children's Museum.
So I call it the astronaut's dilemma. That is how to explain what it's like to be in space. You're asked all the time. Well, we're going to fix that at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. These are some of the images we're announcing today, the opening that'll be later in the summer. We're going to bring the experience to Earth. The science, the feeling of Alice in Wonderland, hypersonic flight all together. Some of what it'll be like in the museum exhibit here. This is the real space station, a picture that I took. Several spacewalks, such as are on this display. We're going to bring that to life in a way that ignites these young people's passion.
That sounds really cool, Dr. Wolf. Now, as I mentioned, you did 6 different spacewalks during your career as an astronaut. What is that like to be floating outside in space?
7. It is so hard to describe. The work is critical. You really don't get that much time to appreciate the field. You're out of the box. There is no box. The thinking is unconstrained, although we're doing a rigid, fast timeline. You're really hoping you don't make a mistake, because there's 2 worlds you're going to live in. The guy that broke the antenna, or the guy that that got it right and just didn't get heard from. You want to be unknown.
Okay, and the other thing I want to ask you about, astronaut Scott Kelly has been spending a year in space. He's been tweeting some amazing pictures of Earth. When you were up in space, what was the most amazing thing that you ever saw?
So I think it's uniform that the astronauts say, looking back at this jewel floating in space, the Earth is the most amazing thing, this thin atmosphere. It looks like another spacecraft flying in formation. You realize that we're all astronauts on a spacecraft we call Earth.
Oh, it is so exciting talking to you. We look forward to what's going to be happening at the Children's Museum. Dr. Wolf, great to talk to you. Thanks again for the time.
It's a pleasure. Talk later.
All right.